Dear colleagues, this is a case of malignant glaucoma. Notice the fact that this patient have very anterior, shallow anterior chamber, and I'm planning to do iridozonulohyaloidosis, making the eye unicameral, having a pass from the anterior chamber to the posterior part of the eye. This patient is already vitrectomized, have rubeosis. You see the neovessels on the rim of the pupil. I'm pushing down on the iris root, and then it's already breaking some small nerve vessels. I injected through the trocar triamcinolone, and you will see later on that was a brilliant idea. From these nerve vessels, the patient is bleeding a little bit, and when I'm going to use the vitreocutter to perform the iridectomy, those nerve vessels will bleed a little bit more, and blood will go backwards into the posterior part of the eye, and that triamcinolone is like a blanket where that blood will rest upon. You will see in a minute what I'm talking about. So pushing down the iris root to break or the anterior synechia is very important, in my opinion, to reestablish the flow to the trabecular meshwork, and having a new unicameral eye will help keep that iris away from the cornea, and hopefully will not make anterior synechia so easy. You notice the fact that those small bleedings from the nerve vessels are taking out of the eye. It's very important in these glaucoma patients to not leave any blood behind if it's possible. And now, using the vitreocutter, I perform the iridozonulohyaloidosis, iridectomy, and going from the anterior segment downward, backwards, and then going back from the posterior segment upwards, and you can see the vitreocutter's edge in that iridectomy. And now placing the trocar to have the pipe light going in, and using the biome, going back and take that hemorrhage from the retina out of the eye. You can see that the triamcinolone made a nice blanket, and the blood went and fell down on that blanket, and right now it's very easy to aspirate because it's not sticking, the blood is not sticking to the retina. So using that triamcinolone, it's very helpful in order to keep the new blood out of the retina, away from the retina, and it's very easy and quick to be removed now because it's only one chunk. You'll see in a minute that I lift it up. Right now it's lift up from the retina, and with the aspiration from the vitreocutter is like a nice blanket that we can easily take out. I apologize for the water stain on the biomes lens, but you can see very clearly the blanket made out of that blood clot that lay down on top of the triamcinolone, and slowly it's aspirated out of the eye with this vitro cutter 25 gauge, and then it's just a little bit of triamcinolone left to aspirate without cutting mode. Again, the eye was vitrectomized before, so you don't have to do any more vitrectomy, core vitrectomy, and all that. It's just removing the blood and the stains from the triamcinolone. And that's about it. We place some myocol inside the anterior chamber, and then a big bubble of air to keep the iris away from the cornea. Thank you for your attention.